So I just want to ask you, not a personal brand might not be the right term, but to the why is it so important for all of us now to express ourselves, build that audience for ourselves, build that community? So why do you think? And I want you to stress upon that point as well.
Yeah.
Right? Why is it important? Yeah.
Yeah, look, I think I'll tell you how I look at it, right? So at the end of the day, it's people doing business with people, right? People interacting with people. And if we are very resume-ish in today's world,
Yeah.
I just know that, hey, Vaibhav went to Berkeley and then he did this and that, but I don't know who Vaibhav is. Correct? So I'm not going to differentiate between Vaibhav and somebody else.
Yeah.
But then you say that, look, I actually have read a lot of what Vaibhav has posted on LinkedIn over the last 3 years. And it's amazing how much of it echoes with me.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right? Now, that's the difference, right? So what happens is, let's talk in the context of early stage investing and better, and Vaibhav writing on LinkedIn as only the one single platform, and writing about my learnings in entrepreneurship and investing. Correct? Now, that alone sort of breaks the ice, right? Because I may not know all of them. But all of them know me a little bit more than my resume.
Absolutely.
They know how I think about bootstrapping. They know how I think about failure. They know how I think about funding. They know how I think about education and community and whatever, right? So then there is just a lot more, I guess, there's a lot more
relatability, the whole idea of empathy. Yeah.
Almost, it's like Bill Gurley, right? I mean, Bill Gurley says so many things so right that you almost like the person already.
Absolutely.
Correct?
Absolutely.
So I think it is a lot of that, right?
Yeah.
So I think it is not even as much as audience building as for me it is about expression.
Absolutely.
It is about publicly explaining how you think, what you stand for, and everything, right? So absolutely. I actually just every time our companies announce their funding, I usually write a small story around it, right? And I believe that I want to write more about our companies when they are in the early stages of building the vision than claim victory when they become successful.
Okay.
That's easy, right?
Absolutely.
The hard part is, hey, can I be an investor who basically paints the picture of our vision, with all the intent and conviction and everything else, right? So I think it's a combination of all of that, right? Now that defines Better or Vaibhav, and does that help founders to understand if we are a right fit for you? Yeah. I think it does. Beyond the resume, it does. Beyond
absolutely.
Our portfolio, it does, right? And I think for me, I think that is really, how content is going to evolve. I think all of us are going to use content, whether it's podcasts or videos on YouTube or text or whatever it may be, to create that connection. That's our resume. That's our long form resume.
Absolutely. That's what I keep telling people. Social media is your ongoing resume.
Exactly. That's all. That's the long form us of the future, right? And that is going to be, people are just going to make a decision of whether they should talk to you or not.
So, just to add to this kind of point of view is that one, guys, that it's not a task, it's an opportunity for you to be able to relay your opinions. Completely. The second bit is also understand the power of this when Vaibhav says that this is an ongoing resume is that behave responsibly. Yeah. Be very careful in what you're saying, and whatever you're saying out there, it's going to be there and you are going to be judged against it. So also have that sense of responsibility and respect the platform for what it is meant to be.
Correct. Right? Correct. I think one point there, I think it's a great point you've brought up, which I think about as well, right? Because I think you could end up writing something that you feel at a certain point, which
Yeah.
may not be, which may be too tactical in nature, right?
Absolutely.
So I think I have a very simple rule, right? Which is, while I think political correctness is the wrong word, I think that's a separate topic, but I think political correctness is ruining the world anyway. But I think you don't want to be. I think there's no benefit in writing negative stuff.
Absolutely.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Correct. I don't think negative. Better is a bad VC firm. GP is a bad marketer. I mean, I don't know if it benefits anybody, even if it's truthful.
Absolutely.
Correct? So the question is, if it's not going to be helpful, why write it? Right?
Yeah.
That's been my simple rule, that hey, write what is helpful, and negative stuff is rarely helpful. Positive stuff is helpful. So I think keep it that way. Sort of also keeps you away from something that you write that may not be something that you're fond of later on.